map where this should have been a victory for XSET, and they let it slip through their fingers when they actually saw how OpTic played the defender side. The thing is, for OpTic, though, they only got 3 rounds on the attack, and with this triple initiator, though, I still feel that they have good agents to be able to take control of Cat, where XSET is usually strong at, with Def and VCJ usually playing there. But that's going to have to come down to later into the map. We're starting the first half here with OpTic on defense, and see where XSET wants to take this towards mid.
I feel like OpTic is preparing a comp for Pearl here. Let's see. They're pushing out into mid. It looks like smoke cover is going to come in. No, a little forward pressure towards Cat. We see that first. So they know that mid is going to be the hover. This flash through. It's going to be a little bit of a pop flash. No, they choose not to.
Oh, Victor. Right clicks. There you go.
Oh, oh, he goes!
I was going to say, that's so close for the right click sometimes, too, or maybe a little bit too far. That a spread would have made him miss for a bit, but he recomposes with the left clicks for the kill. Meanwhile, though, another has fallen, and Aaron has snuck through, at least through a main. And that's a flash for not a swing. So this is an opportunity here, just on the other edge. FNS around the corner with his own frenzy. Easy kill.
So good.
And now Zekin's in the back of mid. Headshot onto the first, looking towards the back. Crashies now being met up by Victor from B-Link. And they're just going to watch that spike. Don't fight it. Don't give the distance. It is Zekin after all. And just watch that spike. I think that's the good play here for OpTic.
A little flash there towards Cat was really, really neat. It's like, why are you going to flash, right? And no one peek off it. So you could easily see how it gets misconstrued that they could peek out. A few kills come through, but it doesn't matter in the end. Neat stuff happening all around, and the cooler stuff for OpTic. First round for them. Pretty methodical play as they just held out that center of the map, knowing it's what XSET wanted to grab. XSET, though, feeling out the map themselves, as we see for that first round. No plant, no buy. And Ye is just going to go again, secondary headhunter here. Bulldog, Victor, as he's choosing back and forth. He'll stick with the Spectre. It looks like they will go for a B crunch here as they push out a little bit.
Yeah, and this spike has not even been picked up, so despite them potentially want to go for some sort of default or whatnot, having that spike all the way down towards spawn, it's going to run that clock down not in your favor once you want to try to start hitting towards the site. Because usually here, as you can see, the position from Aaron on that radar, with that turret on B-Link, he's not going to be the one that's going to pull back to pick up that spike. Because he has to watch those aggressive pushes that OpTic may do here on this map.
As always, you know, checklist for XSET here. Find Ye as one of them. It's not imperative, but it always helps to figure out where he's going to try and play an aggressive rendezvous situation. That may be on Aaron right now. Does he have a push towards A long, too? So a bit of pressure on both sides of the map here as XSET looks to see what's going on from the side of OpTic. Great kill, though, on BCJ.
Yeah, and even if the Haunt only spotted one player, it was good enough to run a trap play into the entrance of A. Now, filtering everybody back towards the B site. Crashies, again, another situation where, unfortunately, don't clear the corner for XSET. As Aaron's going to be left on his lone with low HP. Crashies with a trip kill. I was going to say there was actually still 2 players left, sorry, and Cryo was at least able to stop that for a bit, getting the second kill for XSET. But the result's still the same. OpTic get the second round.
That was clean from OpTic. Obviously giving up the mains right away of both B and A. The longer the round went on, they said, okay, we have 2 at each site that makes a safe push. B main taken control of over there by Crashies as well as Ye, and they take A back. So OpTic not letting XSET just do whatever they want in these rounds. We saw that being a little bit of a plague for OpTic previously, as XSET would run it down to about 40 seconds. OpTic's defense would be diffused, their original setup, and they're not buying into that, at least the early rounds here. As we start off round 3, our bonus for OpTic is going to actually put them in mid control. They've been playing solely off the trademark in mid. Now they put pressure in mid with the trademark B main.
And the 0 point gets broken too. So this allows Ye to still play inside the smoke. The spray's coming out from XSET. Ye's just dodging everything like Neo and able to get that kill onto BCJ, but they've lost Marv. Both smokers down on either side, and still going to be an even 4 versus 4. Trap now broken here from Aaron. So he gets a timing across.
Quick drone mid there kind of slowed everything down. That's why you see XSET backing up. Crashies on Cat has now rotated off. So they're thinking this reset is B. They're right on 1. Crashies is going to be there, but this now could throw him for a loop. Again, around where XSET hits both sites just about at the same time. This time, they get the advantage on A.
That was just the perfect lurk there from Aaron to get that kill.
Yeah.
That forced Ye to jump up. Oh, crap. It's going towards the A side. He jumps out in the open, gets picked off, but here comes another flank. So we have 2 simultaneous battles here on both ends, and great job to the observers to catch all of that. And it's just going to be Crashies by himself on B site, and he's going to save his weapon most likely. A 3 versus 1. And you've already lost so much time here into the round, and he's making sure that he's in a great spot to save his weapon. So XSET, they put 1 to the board.
Yeah. So I'm interested now, as we'll keep an eye on XSET and how they play this, is you don't have a chamber, so the KJ is usually the one to keep an alarm bot or something across the map and have a bit of a flank, right? That flank we usually see going through mid. It's now been through B almost twice for Aaron. So when does it go through mid, right? How are XSET going to diversify this kind of 4-1 they're working with Aaron on the sides, working this flank? So far having pretty good impact on that round. See if they can do it again. Looks like they will set up for a bit more of a default across the map, but we'll keep an eye on that strat as we get into a buy round here. What are you doing, BCJ? Just a late buy. Okay.
A slight technical there, but you know it's
testing
open.
out.
You don't really need to shrouded step in on the attacker side, right? Unless it's 2020 again. You're just getting the best entries with the TPs inside A site.
Ooh, tagged him. So here we have the lurk again, right? You kind of have Aaron off by himself, but it's now a 3-2 as they move forward. We'll see how this one pans out for XSET. Still the same setup for OpTic, though. They continue to just have Ye be in mid at this point. So he can be first contact. Yep, the
Ye might
pressure
get
and
caught off
rendezvous.
guard. Oh my god, now he has the upper hand. He has the upper hand for 2 kills. Unfortunately, off that, the battle towards A main. BCJ still trying to keep the dream alive into this round. And Zekin, as he's trying to run for a smoke, Marv greets him as he swings out towards the entrance, and now it's Zekin's turn.
Oh my gosh.
What is going on with these backstabs?
I don't know. I think everybody turned their headphones off this round. All right, we got the plan going down.
Door gets broken up. The haunt spots Zekin.
Oh, Jesus.
Prowler chases him, and now he's tucked inside hell. But can he get the jiggles here? He cannot. Crashes gets the kill, and that's OpTic with the round.
100% of the time, anytime a fade is left versus a person, I love that the observers watch the person because it's like a horror movie. You're literally chased down by everything, tethered, blind, deaf. Oh my word, like that is scary stuff. Great job by OpTic to smother retake as well to make sure that round goes in their favor. I do not fault Ye for giving it the crouch and spray there because that would have been sexy for the 3K. He does go down though for his troubles. The team's still able to pick it up though. What a nice start. And that pressure pays off. OpTic has been trying to take a bit of control in mid. There, XSET forgets about that situation and they pay for it.
So into this round, we're pulling out the duel de force, a knife spawning. Cryo, who's still playing on the top of the boxes, and Ye did not expect that. So not running away when you're being dismantled by the KO knife, it's good enough for an early advantage here for XSET as they have this mixed buy going in. The hero rifle for Cryo. Prowler trying to find information. The beauty of getting the 3 initiators just to figure out after this what's going on, because we've also pressed forward to get position towards A main with Marv. Blinded ult here from Zekin with no kills. No, well, it looks like it was a tag potentially onto FNS2.
They've already cleared out drone on B main. Do they actually want this? They have been playing off other sites. It's not the first time they'd be ulting and going somewhere else, but it looks like they will take B here. Quick TP in.
Because of the big backstab that you had here from Marv in the top of mid. Didn't allow for any fakes to happen. They tried to go for a mid to B split for XSET in the end. Recon dart to get some information. 3 players now on the defense trying to go for the retake. Double up in the back of the site. Zekin with a Phantom. Other one with the Classic. But it's still going to be Zekin that lines them up.
1v1.
And now it's a 1 versus 1. VCJ with a pistol. Can he come up huge? Cosmic Divide on top of that, showing the respect and sticking on to at least halfway.
Holding.
BCJ does not have the paranoia, but he has a Phantom, but it's just going to be the full stick here from Marv, who also gets to kill onto BCJ. A nice attempt, though, for XSET at least, as they've done so much damage into the round, but it's still going to be OpTic's round.
What a squeaker. What a diffuse. We've had so many holds on this series so far. 2 from XSET, now 1 from OpTic. And XSET's going to get a timeout on that one. Really just to make sure, I think, the players aren't getting in their heads. Reset, run this composition as it should be run. They got into sight, and then they kept peeking the extremities there. It seemed like OpTic had no trouble really approaching the site from both sides. Thought that backstab would be a little more effective. Here we have OpTic 4 and 1. Crashy's having a game for himself here as Zekin on the sofa, picking it up.
It almost felt dangerous from Marv to run his own Cosmic Divide that close to himself, because what happens if you put it halfway and you try to step away? You're not really doing anything for yourself at that point, and you're just hoping that your opponent runs through the wall. But it could have been a timing where your opponent just runs through the wall as well. But big balls on him to just continue to hold it to the end.
That's the thing. Pros don't fake, even when it's your own smoke.
Yeah.
Set up right in front of your enemy's face, right? I think we know Marv for those clutch situations and being able to kind of play in his opponent's head at anywhere. Any situation.
Heading to the above.
See how they set up. Final map being Breeze on this one, I feel like plays into that favor of OpTic, and this map pool has to be honest, so XSET has really fought back against the current to get where they are. But we know OpTic consistency, and it looks like it seems to be coming online for the first map here if they really start to take a lead. And this defense is just going to really lay in wait for XSET to make the move. Mid control is again taken away by OpTic. They put the trademark back in, and they focus the extremities now. So OpTic again change up the play style as XSET are looking for these frags. They're hunting them down, but getting nothing.
This is what VALORANT was talking about before, too. Initiators controlling the extremities. If this trap gets broken, what can you do? Well, FNS is playing towards B. They can run Prowler for information on mid, but they do it towards long B instead. As Cryo's pushing back towards mid, but does not catch Marv, down to 17 HP. But as everybody recollects towards mid, you're now pushing forward on a defense where you've already blocked down the entrance of A site. Spike is yet to be picked up here by XSET. But with the time remaining, it looks like you have to pivot towards the A site. And that's Marv with an opener there, too.
30 seconds left.
The long
easy kill there.
Gonna do
Victor.
Dink.
Def does get the kill with the Vandal, though. They're traded back. But there's 18 seconds left. Nice flick there from Crashies. Recon into the site. And you have to commit now for the last 2 players of XSET, or you save your weapons. It's either or. And it's going to be the first option to try to run in for a plant. Nice kill, at least from Zekin.
Oh my god!
A triple kill from Zekin, leaving only FNS on his own. But unfortunately loses on time, and that's going to be the Red Bull clutch, and you got to thank the gods that time was on your side for OpTic.
What is it with last second rounds right now? Was it a cryo yesterday? Oh, it was definitely one of the chamber. I can't remember if it was cryo. I apologize for bringing it up since I couldn't remember it. But what the hell was that?
Clutch.
Putting his name in the hat for flick of the day.
In we go.
That was kind of incredible right there.
At least thankfully here for OpTic, they're able to work their economy back now to, or still keep a good economy to have a gun round here. But it's going to be the null command just to change the pace for XSET. Running in quickly inside B. Hunter's Fury on top of that on the back of Zekin. And look at that. Nobody's playing it here for OpTic. We're just going to have to play the retake with triple initiator into B, and that's good enough sometimes. Which is why here BCJ's TPing all the way back towards spawn. But Ye waits for him.
So much flank control and pressure. Like,
that's it, right? Once they move in now into the B site, we talked about the Initiator's utility.
Yeah.
The Arizona knife in the back of the site that actually pinged out Zekin. Counter knife gets sprayed luckily through the wall, so that does not disable anybody there, allowing Ye to pick up 4 kills and crashes on the 5th. And that's a clean retake now for OpTic.
I mean, they're coming in there with Marv going down pretty early. Also, the 0 point coming out. So these are fire fights. Like, these are anchored angles. OpTic swinging wide and short together. Really great team play to be able to bring these rounds back in their favor, excuse me. Because that was XSET now going for a B strat, right? They've kind of given up floundering in mid, trying to find a kill. OpTic hasn't been giving that. Let's see if they set up again differently on this round. Looks like they'll put up the trademark, and then he may go back to Cat for a peek. As Ye sets up here for another round, they're going to push out. Boom, right there with Victor to try and gain control over mid.
We have a setup now from Victor to hopefully go for a swing if Ye is going to get pressured on first contact on Catwalk. And that's where players are moving forward here for XSET. And there's that frag. But the flash is not even needed for Victor because Ye just got that frag.
Victor's over here. You need me to flash? Flash yet?
Nope.
Flash now?
Save it.
Flash. Oh, never mind. Never mind. He's going to stay, though. What is his help? So it's actually the trade. Victor's there. Oh, they actually don't get the double take. Cryo figures it out. What a play by XSET to thwart that little setup by OpTic on Cat here. The XSET's been figuring it out. What they see at first glance, they now know is there's the trick behind it. OpTic has been putting too many curveballs into each one of these strategies. XSET is very right to play it slow.
With all the time spent here, though, Ye has an opportunity to have a refresh off his TP. So repositioning back towards the flower pot and gets that headshot onto Cryo as well. His position's revealed, but there you go. The TP's available for him to go back towards the garden.
30 seconds.
Second is going to try to win that duel, and it doesn't work out. Ye has been a soul man soldier up on Catwalk with the hold, and finally it turns out into a bad peek back into tree, and that's a spike back in hands of BCJ for a plant.
Oh, the rotation's now from tree.
Spike planted. One
Marv comes in at Jenny. FNS on the other end.
They don't know.
Oh, the timing on all of this. I think
Solid
they just spotted Aaron. Yeah, they pinged it. But Aaron still gets the kill. Runs back into the garden and crashes, gets the kill right after the pings. And it's still going to be OpTic winning that round again from just great anchor play from Ye on Catwalk.
You could see in his mind, Aaron thought for sure there was going to be a big flanker, and one had already dropped into sight, but everybody comes from the front. This early play here. And then, so they have the first setup, and then the second layer of the setup is that Ye is then behind KO, right? Play in front first, then behind for Victor's flash. So a neat little setup there. XSET did thwart it, but OpTic grabbed the round, and they're finally showing us a little bit of that OpTic prowess here at 7-1 on Ascent. See if they keep this one going. They have been prowling out of B main to start from the side of OpTic, and then FNS just books it. He says, all right, I'm done here. And they can work different parts of the map, and you already see that rotation happening now as they go back to a little bit of mid security, because that's what XSET's going to play for this time.
Spike is so far back too here, Riv, and we're droning against the mid control, and the tag comes in though on the defense side. Finesse realizes that he can't wallbang that because Def is holding back behind the fridge. And with that though, we've actually made it up on Kench Bench to take control of mid for a bit on XSET for now.
Yay. No one's wine, by the way. So you can see the focus right now. The lean from OpTic already has the number of XSET. This is what's making it so difficult is so while they're avoiding Ye, Ye's getting space. And he's saying, well, this is exactly what we're working with. You give OpTic an inch, they take a mile. They've already set up so much initiator util to just be a brick wall if XSET tries to hit this, right? You're going to get seized, you're going to get flashed, you're going to get zero-pointed. It stops everything that they want to do to follow up on the chaos of Cryo typing in.
30 seconds left.
And it's going to be a mid to be as soon as they break this trap now, and they're going to try to close in for XSET off a KJ ult 2. And Victor's just going to try to hold it back.
Oh my gosh.
Nice little nightfall here from FNS2, and it was actually a lineup for the Fragment to stop that KJ ult. So that's going to foil the plans of XSET moving into the site. There's 10 seconds left, and we're just going to play hit, run that clock down. And it's not going to work out too well. FNS is still in the back of the site. Now there's no time. We get the kill in, but somehow Aaron stays alive. And Marv, all he has to do is to survive, and he does so. Playing the patient game, and OpTic put 8 onto the round, and it almost worked there, Riv, until, again, time was of the essence for XSET.
Until your triple initiator utility comp just has everything to still throw at XSET. That looked like hell, right? Take the time XSET was getting in, the 5-10 seconds, and put it on then trying to plant, right? Take away that ultimate from Fade, take away the 0 point, the nades. That was such a delay from OpTic set up there. Really nicely called. Because XSET, I feel like they're banging their head against the green wall right now and try to get to these sites, Van Silly. What do they do this
side there? The lineup from the KO knife is also trying to push a little bit of defense on that tree. Now we fight out towards the A main. Underhand flash where Victor just looked at the wrong angle on the pre-fire, and Aaron takes the upper hand on that duel, and it's going to be the one-player advantage for XSET. Regrouping back towards the mid. BCG picking up the spike to lean towards A, where now it's up to Crashies to hold down on his own. Lauren bot, pre-fired shot, misses from Aaron, but you saw that paranoia and shock dart onto the ground as the debuff comes in, and now we've opened up the site for XSET. Yay! Almost lands the operator shot, but it's going to be BCJ that shot-it stepped away. So yeah, maybe sometimes those shot-it steps work. And FNS is on his own, 4 versus 1. He's just getting sprayed through the smoke to know exactly where he's at. Not pushing in from behind. We're just making sure that we're protecting the spike, and that's XSET finally with a round on the board.
Clean, night and day difference from their previous rounds, right? One way to identify that is OpTic did not have all the information they usually do to work with. XSET set up for the hit, they hit, right? It wasn't Ye saying, oh, there's somebody here, we can lean towards A. Everything happened at once there, and XSET was really able to take control of the round. They can keep kind of executing like that, staying in the shadows, right? But knowing they're not giving OpTic too much space is, I think, the key to the last 2 rounds here. OpTic has been so good at just sussing out what the XSET play is and having the right numbers at the right site. Prowler outside B main. Did somebody call my name? Did. 3-2 split, 4-1 split actually. We see it back to Aaron being the flank. A little bit of check on from the shadows as they go back to default.
Allows Death to take control up here, but look at where Marv is at. Finally, the turret spots him, and Aaron comes in from behind. As we try to go very aggressive for OpTic, it finally gets punished by XSET. But they haven't taken too much ground control. Yeah, they have mid, but Catwalk's under control. FNS also has control of Long B. Still has a C's to work with if he's getting pushed in. And XSET trying to go back for a mid to B. Now as he's going to get tagged. FNS is going to get dropped. Knife then towards a spawn that also spots Crashies, and we have XSET moving into the site finally, and finally it's a clean take too.
Yeah, another one towards the other side of the map. I feel like they were going to have a little bit more trouble this time. Did not. They actually patiently wait, bring a 2 and 2 after they lose cryo. They just put 2 B main, 2 mid. Nice structured strat. As long as you can overpower the classics or maybe a sheriff, you'll be seeing this round from the side of OpTic, you'll be good. So just smart play. They know they should be able to get this. I mean, you start giving OpTic too much credit on these rounds, and nothing's gonna be fun for you. Quick push in, Crashies playing with fire, and it looks hot. Aaron gets a 3K on that one, and they look to bring it up to 8-4 here. OpTic are gonna have a buy for this last round. We're gonna have Dev's ultimate most likely coming online, and they can try and put this lockdown somewhere. No one can really destroy it on the side of OpTic. So let's see how they talk about defending this one and what the play might be. Yeah,
and it may look like it's a timeout that's not needed with the way that OpTic's been playing the first half so far, Riv, but you could definitely see XSET, they were able to pull something out there and work out towards finally winning fights on mid, taking a little bit more than mid on Pizza, but also the extremity duels that VALORANT has put a lot of emphasis on.
Yeah.
That XSET's able to capitalize with.
And it's been a team effort, right? You still have Cryo diving in to make these plays. You can never look at a scoreboard and be like, oh, wow, they're not fragging. I mean, the most that's going to mean is ults might come up a little bit later. that could be the last person that saved the round, right? The last person that's alive or the person that's initiating in. And that's what XSET has been using to get in these games. Look at Zekin. Zekin is up there at 13-7 right now. And that's because of all this utility flying over the top of the team. It's just been OpTic able to choose the right sites to defend. Both teams are playing super well. You just give it to OpTic here because they are nailing those shots. And it seems like it took a bit for this series as they were to come online. But it seems like they're hitting their stride now, and this is the OpTic we're used to seeing.
Important ultimates now. Hunter's Fury and Lockdown on the attack, but a KO ult from Victor could stop all of that. It looks to be an A-side lean for XSET to take early control of A main.
Sick dart, bro. Sick dart.
Let's say it's to clear the front side. It's to clear front
I mean, that it looked like it could have been something to ult for, maybe, if it hit right on tree. They aren't able to aim up quick enough. You move Victor off of that. So the ultimate's still there for Zekin. They don't get an initial play out of this round like they wanted to. Just a little drone kill here by Def as he's making the calls, letting them know where to be placing themselves right now. I wonder if they go back mid for a moment to keep this turret active, or they just kind of leave everything the way it is and 5-hit B. It'll be the first time.
We talk about cycling the utility available for the initiators too. So there's that recon dart that's still available for Crashies. FNS has his haunt, and now the 0 point just came up too. The 0 point's across the map, so that's not going to help. Now you have the lockdown coming in on the attack, but that's just to clear out towards market. And FNS just pings so many players that allows 2 players to fall for XSET. And as the lockdown's about to come out, we still have a line of defense towards the back of the site, and that's Crashies. A high-low drop that allows Cryo to get the kill. And we have a plant that's safe, but there's 10 HP remaining for Cryo. Fragmenting coming down onto default, and a Yay onto the sidewalk, making it now a 2 versus 1 as BCJ answers back. 5 seconds left, 32 HP. Victor running forward, and a drop in. Victor gets the kill. They'll come in now for the defuse, and this was looking pretty good for OpTic, and XSET started to mount the comeback, but it's not good enough. OpTic now in the lead, another 9-3 scoreline as we head to the break. We're almost seeing a repeat of Ascent from OpTic and XSET. Again, silver lining is that XSET was able to get 1 round more than intended the last time that these 2 teams faced off against each other. So we'll see what happens now as OpTic takes the attacker side. Can now the duo of Def and BCJ holding the A site close the gap and come back into the second half?
Right, I love that you mentioned that. The second half was 10-2, right? OpTic will get those 2. Our first half was 9-3. Do we get a bit of a dark side history repeats itself? Can XSET flip the script here? OpTic Victor says, no sir, we'll start off and make it a 5v4 in our favor. Marv is just about on his deathbed though, so this does become a difficult round, but having that controller still is huge for the attack.
You definitely need him to stay alive if you need to get those smokes out, and thankfully he's playing Astra, so he could do it from a very safe place. But you can definitely see that he's moving forward with Crashy so they could retake control of A main. One-way smokes continue to come up here for BCJ, as with that one-way being refreshed, we're running back towards the B site, where Aaron's pushing forward with a frenzy. Around the corner, gets instantly headshotted now by FNS, as we're now going to try to just run it in towards B site. Zekin's rotated across towards the stairs. Haunt also to clear out logs. And Zekin, what can you do? Here's the footsteps, the first drop. The lean towards the back. The right clicks does a bit of damage. But it's still Victor, though, that trades off the kill, and it will be a plant coming in for OpTic on a 4 versus 2.
30 seconds left.
Overall, smart play by OpTic. I mean, you think about how XSET has played their pistol rounds on defense. Just hold this thought for a second as they dive in.
Today, death.
Too. We think about how OpTic has played their defense. I'm sorry, XSET has played their defense, and it's been retake on most of the pistol rounds, right? They allow the site to be taken, and then they'll be flanking. Great job by OpTic to hit B main, reset a little bit, and then look for that person that would be flanking for XSET's retake at the end of the round. So playing into XSET's kind of conditioning over the maps of the series instead of what they're just seeing in one game. A nice job by OpTic there. as they pull off a pistol round for themselves and look to close this one out pretty quick and bring us to a map 5.
And we want to go quick into the entrance of B main too. A little bit of shock darts coming out from Zekin as well. Does a bit of damage, but it's still going to be the turret taken down. Aaron holding towards logs as XSET go for a 4-player stack with their eco on B.
Yeah.
We're deciding otherwise now for OpTic.
Teleport's ready. The 3 push. Heron clears 1. The damage on Victor too. They've peppered. Gonna get out of here.
The crazy part
pickup
is that it's a 3-player push and you only need one person with a classic to win that fight. Well, a little bit of tree control at least to start things off, and that was a nice paranoia from BCJ to push one away. But as he TP's back towards the entrance of the door, Crashy's actually lurked up to be able to kill him with the Spectre. Right click's about to come in. Nope, just left click's needed. Ye's about to fall down. Oh my god, man. Zekin's going to work with his classic. And now we're going classic to classic.
30 seconds left.
Low HP is Zekin. No flank coming in though, but Crashy's the one that's just holding everybody down towards mid as we get the plant inside B. But that is a Spectre that get picked up by XSET here, Riv.
I might question why my man switched to the classic there, but we are continuing with the round. Marved doing as he does, always good for 2 on the board, and it just becomes ducks in a row here. OpTic start firing. Photos at B. Yeah, Crashy's kind of playing with his food there. Mid, he peeks, shoots the dart with a Spectre, and then says, classic v classic, let's go. You're just like, wait, what? What is this? Cheeky little play there. OpTic at 11 now here as we get into round 15. Vandals there to be used as well.
Yeah, XSET we're just desperate to look for weapons now that were left behind towards mid and entrance of B. Now we have OpTic at 11. Where winning that pistol was super important right now for the team that I speak of, as it allows them to close this 4th map, and we will see a 5-map grand finals. And again, the same routine comes in. It's almost like a repeat of Bind. What happens on Bind? 2 players working towards the orb at showers, pick it up. This time, you're always getting this Prowler inside B, and we're fighting at least for that control to not allow Aaron to have any setups at the beginning of the round.
There's the star reset. Recall for a star on what was the window over towards A. So it looks like they are going to be setting up here to get something pushed. The setup in mid. It's something that OpTic has continued to take. They find somebody at Archway. They find somebody here on the catwalk. They've taken about a minute each time to scope out this area now. XSET's going to be in position, though, to guard. Still on the front line of A. You need to push it forward.
Zekin, though, gets the kill onto Victor. This is towards the B side. As a spike was also there, we're trying to sell a fake towards A, but nobody's rotating from
30
XSET.
seconds left.
But what I really like here from OpTic is that we've made it through guarding. We're trying to break the rotation, so we're trying to get a flank on heaven too. This should be the kill for Ye, and he does take the upper hand. As players are now taking control of A site, we do have BCJ in hell. It's a big position here, but the rest of OpTic are now pushing back towards the B site. But there's still players there. There's still Aaron inside the site. There's 6 seconds left on the clock. He's on the sidewalk. The plant's now coming in. He gets the kill. They won the round thanks to that. XSET puts 4 onto the board.
Whoa. XSET hiding in the woodwork to win a round. Literally waiting for OpTic to come in, setting not even trap plays, but little personal traps to make sure they could at least get one, play the time, play the momentum of the round. And it's, I said it a little bit in the last game, it's that the series has kind of turned into OpTic dictating what's happening. XSET having to play OpTic's game there. XSET said, you know what? We'll play our game as much as we can and just chill back. Run into our crosshairs. Hey, it was a round they needed.
Now the same type of utility gets dropped here towards B, and what I've really liked at least from that last round from OpTic, despite them losing it on time, is that the last time that they played against XSET, they didn't really capitalize on Catwalk that much. And you have a triple initiator setup, right? You have Owl Drone to try to push away you know, the KO and the Omen outside a tree.
Yeah.
You have Prowlers that can work things out. You have Haunts that can get thrown into Garden. And there you go. Now they're working back towards this catwalk with the Owl Drone. It gets stopped at least by the KO knife, but they still have more utility that they can re-clear towards A. So I like that you're adding more pressure into BCJ and Def right now. With that, though, still a fake for OpTic to try to take mid control.
XSET again, setting back. I mean, that's also a thing they talked about on the desk, is not giving up those frags just as much, but the positioning is getting scary. Oh, the double kill from Aaron.
The lineup, and then you still have Zekin in the back of the side. He gets spotted by a Prowler, though. Prowler's running out! Through the smoke, he gets traded at least, but that still means that you have Zekin alive in the back of the site. One person is down, and just suddenly like that, all the duels have been won at different parts of the map, and that's XSET with a solid hold on B.
No buy? Low buy? Two all marved. Ye's 2 away, so it doesn't really work to save and push. But this round, absolutely incredible. Keep praising Aaron for these. The spin, the turn, yeah, the timing definitely in favor of XSET on that round. They're going to need more than just timing, though. OpTic still on a run here. Vandal going to be a hero play for Marv. He'll be alive. He'll be smoking. He'll be the last one to make sure this clutch goes down. That's the idea. XSET setting up with an operator.
And that's
Marv,
already down.
Vandal down.
Yep, Vandal down, but the Sheriff still gets the headshot onto Aaron, at least for a couple of battles inside
There it is.
B. Just going for the lean and crash. He actually wins that somehow. But they've lost more players towards B. Ye has a good timing here. BCJ wants to overcommit on tree with a TP. Not fast enough. BCJ has the faster reaction time. Shock dart on the ground. Sova action as a flank coming in, and a really nice flash actually coming out from Def to allow for Zekin to stay alive, and XSET to claw back into this game on a defender half.
As an operator coming over. That gets dropped down for XSET. That goes to Cryo. We've kind of been waiting for him to come online in the sense that those ultimates are being strung together, that the chaos he's creating is also respected by OpTic. Because if you think about a lot of the Jets or I would say chambers as well that create a forward position, if you are getting successful pushes, you demand much more respect from your opponent, right? They're pressuring much more to make them react differently. So Cryo needs that to come online now with the operator, and Hand Blade Storm there as well. And they're trying to post up for this mid area. The 0 points just flying left and right here towards long A.
Yeah, and I thought it was going to be an opportunity with a refresh to start re-hitting back towards the A site, but FNS with the Nightfall that he currently has is trying to move it towards B. They also have a Cosmic Divide. This could be an all-out here towards this B site. Turret is going to allow a couple of players from XSET to rotate over, and that is going to be Zekin in the back of mid. As we're inching in now towards the entrance. May start happening here. Orb about to get picked up too. Crashes is one away from the Hunter's Fury with that. And Cryo. He's got a good spot here. He actually has good control of B-Link.
Mid as well with the alarm bot on, it's going to be fine. They know it's going to have to be a hit somewhere, and this is letting them know it's probably going to be at B. No hit has come through yet. You get the up the gut. Hunter's Fury stops things, and on the other side of the map, the extremities played by Ye, but Def cleans it up.
And everybody from OpTic is actually rotating towards there. So the players are now playing on A side very passively in the back of Jenny and Heaven. Lockdown also secures the fact that the hit's going to be going towards A, and Cryo and Def are holding it in. Crashy's trying to get the plant down as he does get support here. What a dart coming out, but a outshot misses. The wall bang come out from Heaven from Zekin though, and that's Zekin with the right click in the end. Man, we're having so many rounds from both of these teams where it comes down to 10-second attempts for plants, and it gets messy.
I want to touch on that because XSET has almost forced those to happen recently. Like I said, OpTic was making XSET play their game. XSET was kind of being pulled left and right. It would be a one-and-done situation because they got diffused from their early round strategy. Now, XSET is setting a bit of pace. Cryo rotating back and forth, having different positions. here they collapsed so quick. And what you were saying, they're delaying OpTic. They're making these become pressure rounds now, 4 in a row here for XSET. And we said, this is very reminiscent with a dark flip of the first time they were on this, right? It was a 9-3 first half in favor of XSET, switched around 10-2 as the second half came around. Well, there's the 2 rounds for OpTic. Does XSET have 10 in them is the question. It's a tall task for them to come through, but with the operator now in the hands of Cryo, a bit of that strategy they want is online, fans.
Now as this timeout finishes here, yeah, we have a couple of ults online, including the dual false here for Ye. Was looking to maybe potentially battle it towards the B link over to Cat. Or maybe that could be an opportunity to open it up there.
Let's play.
Decides to go back towards Long B instead. Prowler early into the round, forcing out the KO knife from Death. As we're just playing extremity control, at least for OpTic, who are able to at least get the orb.
Yeah, and same setup from XSET. As you see OpTic making sure they get themselves advantages for those orbs. The pick. Ooh, this actually delivers a lot of information to OpTic and definitely increases their chances to get closer and closer to that operator. Cryo now has to reposition. They set up a bit of what we saw with OpTic here with the KO and the chamber. Now just a different setup with Omen. Second one counts.
Nice shot there. And BCJ playing on the other end of the flower pot. Oh, Ye misses the shot. Very unorthodox of him to actually miss those kind of shots. Could have maybe helped out the last 2 players moving inside the A main. But it's not. A Prime Gaming flawless and XSET, as we mentioned before, they're closing the gap now on their defense.
A lot of the players had 1750 in credits there for OpTic, which means on the 29 full loss, they should be able to buy here. So we should see another round out of OpTic, but OpTic was in great positions there. XSET reading the plays. We saw that spawn kill coming in, just very smart. Thinking about the flanks once the alarm bots and whatnot were taken out for OpTic to encroach onto the defensive side. Here we are into one of the, I'd say final gun rounds for OpTic, but close to it. They are not going to be able to buy next round if they lose this.
Oh. I thought they'd be able to get the knife, and it was able to get deployed here from Death that actually suppresses 2 players at least. But thankfully the orb still in favor of OpTic. Meanwhile, though, fighting towards the B side, Cryo already activated the Tailwind.
Just eats it.
Just trying to get one of those, when the chamber gets tanked, trying to go for a kill and TP away, doing the same thing with a dash. Nice underhand by Depth. A change of pace, at least for XSET, that haven't really been doing that too much on the catwalk.
Right, that's been the slow play by Cryo. Ye wanted to find a 1v1 dry right there, or at least with util over the shoulder that wasn't set up yet. What a read from XSET to hard play Cat this round. Holy moly, they are setting themselves up so well. 40 seconds, again, another round where it looks like OpTic could be pushed down to the timer, and Victor comes up with a huge kill on Cryo.
And that's twice. First, Crashies, now Victor, going with a shoulder peek that unfortunately Cryo can't react fast enough. And the KO ult allows FNS to get the kill of Def pushing on a rotate. So we're going to rotate back towards the A site, but BCJ, the other line of defense, watching. He's just so aware into this round. He's able to get 2 more kills. 1 more to go into this round, and that's going to be Crashies moving in for a plant. A 3 versus 1. Door has already been broken, so he has to fight back somewhere. And it's going to be towards tree. Clearing out towards the tree and going back in the back of the generator. We still have a paranoia available for BCJ. Smoking out a main, a TP into Jenny, and he full sticks it. He full sticked on to the from the shadows, the paranoia, and then the kill. This man has reawoken now on the second half of Ascent, and this is going to get dangerous now for OpTic.
BCJ played perfectly in that chaos there. I feel like that call as well might have been a slight miscommunication from OpTic, because it's an easy call that BCJ is tree. But I feel like that's also window-ish, but also push towards spawn, so you don't have to look at that yet. They back up into what they think is tree, right? Victor was looking the right way, but this situation just was a second off for them. Throw your hands in the air like you don't care. BCJ, so many good rounds here. The team is coming together well, and XSET picked apart that round. Really nice, too. They were able to get 2 of their own frags after losing Ye, due to a mid push and whatnot, but XSET recover really well there.
You talked about those situations where OpTic, the money is running low, one of a few gun rounds left here,
So
potentially
low.
in the map, as they're forced on a broken buy once again. Ye does have a Vandal to work with, but they have been able to capitalize on good mid-takes with rifles, which is why Ye is moving forward in that area, trying to see if they can push Cryo on a rotate back on the back of middle. Meanwhile, though, we have a fight towards A main. We forced out the KO ult, and Ye still pushing forward towards mid. It's going to stay quiet here, Riv.
Yeah, super slow plays. You see they switched over Cryo to B. He's got the operator there. Neat little molly, see the 0 point. Neat little molly too. You already see one is thrown in B main. A lot of times as that lands at the opponent's feet, that'll be shot. So it's kind of like an indicator early. No one's there right away. Molly gets the chill. You can use it for later. You see the rotation now coming over.
It's
As
Ye.
30
XSET
seconds
start
left.
to lean. Oh,
Just
he's in the
hiding in
right
that
spot.
smoke. He's going to
So
ping it out
much
here.
fans.
Yeah, but look at this. Crowd is waiting
Mid.
as they
Oh
thought
my.
it was an opening here for OpTic to get into market the B site. It's waited by an operator and a prime giving flawless from XSET.
This
Wow.
is like hide and seek for OpTic. They want to find someone so damn bad in these rounds. They're all the way up mid, still nothing. And it becomes a flawless, too, with all of that space taken. What the hell? Like, the way XSET has started to receive the second half of this is incredible. Absolutely figuring out what XSET wants in those first peaks, first contacts, and giving them none of it. They are literally online to get the 10-2 and do exactly what OpTic did to XSET in the first meeting on Ascent in that upper final.
Now we have 5 players originally stacked up for OpTic inside B main. Owl drone, we might go back to the basics. To have the Owl drone out towards mid, try to take control of that on mid as well, break the alarm button and figure out what we want to do. But every single time now, as nobody's been trying to fight back towards mid, the late rounds of trying to split inside tree or inside B has been denied. So
With the paranoia.
yeah, exactly. XSET is just so happy to give away mid against OpTic because OpTic's just running into that trap of them anchoring the way that they did. And the paranoia allowed Zekin to get an off angle and to get 2 kills right there, leaving 1 player right now leads towards Pizza. That's Crashies. The underhand throw doesn't work out, but at least BCJ goes out for the trade. We're 2 kills away of tying things up here, and that's BCJ making it 1 kill away. Ye's on him, is on his own rather. He tried to sneak back towards the spawn, walks back up the staircase. There's a smoke. Oh my god, this is so difficult. There's 30 seconds left. Are you going to try to do the
30
heroic
seconds
play or
left.
save your rifle because you know the economy's low? I mean, look at it. He's got 600 credits left to his name. There's only 22 seconds for him to try to pick up the spike as it's down out in the open. It's the Bermuda Triangle for XSET. You walk in that, it's a trap. You're swimming out of it at least for a bit. And
Oh
that's
my God.
BCJ that sinks you in. That's now 11-11. XSET has brought the game back into an interesting series.
I threw my hands in the air when this happened. How can that keep happening? For Aaron, for BCJ. Everybody on this squad is just getting collat kills left and right from map to map in this series on XSET. Holy crap, it has secured them so many rounds, fans, and they must be vibing off it. We've already seen the player cams and what it means. BCJ basically has a megaphone attached to him the whole time, just pumping everybody up here. Those frags as well, adding to the hype. Ping through the smoke! He double TP'd into a play like that? I can't. I can't. They are feeling it on XSET.
OpTic now, these slow defaults hasn't been paying out, and then they're trying to go a little bit quicker here inside mid. That's a smoke. Oh, that's a timing on the recall. That's... You could definitely see that they're starting to get flustered now for OpTic.
This is exactly what you want to see from XSET. going international, knowing that a team can come back from a deficit like that to almost pull 10 straight rounds into their favor after losing the first 2, bonus on. Absolutely incredible, and it shows how much XSET have been able to grow. They persevere over that consistency of OpTic being able to weather the storm.
Oh my God.
BCJ again.
Even White Swing, he doesn't care, and he still wins those fights. And now Victor, though, is trying to at least get something done for OpTic. As the spike is down towards Garden. He's got 21 HP to his name. Here is the updraft, and Crowell gets the kill.
Vansili.
Wow. Map point, series point for XSET. Didn't think I was going to say this on this map.
OpTic has the international trophy. Oh, how they would like the one at home. But XSET does not want that to happen, and they are 1 round away from hoisting that opportunity right here to be the first seed of NA to head to Copenhagen. Already locked in their spot. International power, just the international buff is driving them, and they're not even there yet. Let's see if they can do it here. A final round to possibly take down OpTic in a map pool they had no say in. XSET here on final point.
And Zekian's just going to go for an ult right off the rip. A counter coming back from Crashies.
Oh my
too.
God, Zekian.
And Zekian does connect onto the smoker. So that's no smokes now for OpTic with a broken by, nothing left except the Nightfall that you hope that there's going to be something done with that. But it goes towards the site. So you still have 2 players that are unaffected towards market.
3 more.
And that's Aaron. Yes, Ye and Crashies now trying to win a 2 versus 4. Will it work out? Smokes are being thrown out towards the main. Tour de Force comes out from the attackers too as Ye falls and crashes on a 4 versus 1. It's not going to happen. Who better than BCJ to get the last 2 kills to put XSET as the VCT North America Stage 2 champions?
XSET riding high. A squad that has always placed at the top of the table. Finally able to take a step onto that upper podium here. Number 1 in NA as they head to Copenhagen. And it was so hard fought by the entire squad. We saw new looks. We saw them break through their own ceiling. Different agent compositions. A different XSET. And they repped the set here today. Taking down OpTic in 3-1 fashion. And again, in a map pool, Vansili, XSET had no say in.
What I love the most about what we currently see from XSET right now is a team that looks so good against FaZe yesterday, just off the back of Cryo going insane. Today, not as loud, still good, but you could definitely see the rest of the team definitely shown, and they shined. They showed how good they are, and they are one of the 2 that will definitely represent North America very well in Denmark, in Copenhagen. With that, it's time to go for a break and see what the analyst desk has to say right after. Congratulations to XSET.